Hello, folks. I am Alan for today's news. I will be reading and speaking about world news, interesting news, news to keep you entertained, and news to keep you informed. What I got for you right here is from a Gravitas. 90% of people in China's Henan province infected with the Wuhan virus. I'm going to play a little bit of this for you. I'm going to skip once or twice here.
And let's now turn our focus to Pakistan's best friend, China, where the Wuhan virus is spreading like wildfire. At least 90%, I repeat, 90% of people in Henan have been infected. This is where the province is located on the map. It is home to 99.4 million people, and at least 88.5 million of them are currently down with the Wuhan virus. I'm not making up this number. This is according to official figures from the director of the Health Commission for Central Henan Province. This is a scale that's honestly hard to imagine. 90%. Because unless you're watching us from China, you wouldn't know what it means to have 90% of people around you sick. But what I can tell you tonight is what a sick China means for you and your families. I will begin by reminding you that China has dropped its travel restrictions. As of 8th of January, China has gone back to business as usual. At least as far as international travel is concerned, those coming into China do not need to quarantine anymore, which makes it easier for people living in China to travel outside. And travel is what a lot of the Chinese are planning to do. Look at the long queues outside the immigration office in Beijing. People are all waiting to submit their passport applications for renewal. Many are applying for fresh passports.
Due to the industry that I'm in.
There are routes which the Wuhan virus can take to travel and reinfect the world. There are flights that it can board. Flights to Singapore, Seoul, Shanghai, Sydney. They're all operational already. But who do you think is traveling in these flights? One would assume the people of this very province, the people of Henan. But some 90% of them are infected with the Wuhan virus. So who is traveling? Let's not forget that China is not doing its bit in screening passengers. Else, the flights that landed in Milan wouldn't have nearly 50% of the passengers test positive. Same with the flights that landed in Taiwan last week. So China is letting infected people travel abroad. And last I checked, there were less than 5 seats left on one of the flights to Sydney departing on the 11th of January. Less than 5 seats.
Okay, this one city, 90% of the people are affected, and then China is just letting everybody go. This one here is called Chinese people stocked up on antidiarrheal medicine and diapers. China's property crisis deepens.
Rumors of the outbreak, Chinese citizens stock up on antidiarrheal medicine and diapers. Chinese officials easily find Paxlovid while residents wait for hospital approval. Recently deceased Chinese official has had many organ transplants, netizens outraged. China's property
Skip ahead here.
In early December last year, China decided to lift most of its COVID pandemic restrictions. The easing of curbs then caused a wave of panic buying as citizens stocked up on fever medicines. Due to internet rumors, Chinese citizens have recently snapped up on antidiarrheal medicine and diapers. As Chinese media Apollo reported, the People's Daily Health reported on December 4th that Professor Feng Bongjiang, director of the Institute of Emergency and Critical Care at Shanghai University of Traditional Chinese Medicine, stated that clinically common viral colds can cause nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and other symptoms. Yet, there were rumors that the COVID subvariant strain XBB.1.5 had appeared in Shanghai on December 3rd. It is said to cause unconscious diarrhea after being infected.
published a eulogy 2 days after Zhu's death. The tribute was titled Zhu Yongxin, in mourning for Minister Gao Zhanxiang. The last paragraph of the eulogy reads, "Over the years, Gao Zhanxiang has been tenaciously fighting against the illness and has had many parts of his organs replaced. He jokingly said that many parts are not his own. However, before the pandemic, he was still hale and hearty. He was quick and talked loudly, not like a patient at all. I didn't expect that he would leave us so soon." The article was deleted shortly after publication. However, Chinese internet users were able to take screenshots of it and spread it on social media. The information about Gao's organ transplants has become a hot topic among Chinese netizens. Many of them questioned the source of the organs. Daji Yuan cited several comments from Chinese netizens. One of them reads, "What is the secret of longevity of high officials? Originally, I did not believe it, saying that they are all organ replacements to achieve longevity. I thought it was a rumor, but this fact actually came out of an official's mouth. Our country is the world's first organ transplantation country. Then, this organ transplantation is bound to form an industry chain. In this industry chain, how many organs are black and how many are white? No one knows." The other reads, "Common people would like to ask, Minister Gao, where did you get all the organs you replaced during your lifetime? How many senior officials like you can easily replace their corrupted organs and continue the rights activists find China's practice of organ harvesting concerning? And some speculate that an industrial-scale industry of forced organ harvesting exists in China."
Most countries have a voluntary donation system. Recipients wait for an organ to become available, sometimes for 3 or 4 years. When a donor dies, the best matched person on the waiting list is rushed to the hospital to receive their transplant. China has a very different system with reverse matching. Recipients pay for an organ to be made available. A prisoner who is the best match for the paying recipient is chosen from a large pool of detainees. The prisoner is then killed and their organs extracted for transplantation. Transplants for organs such as hearts, livers, and kidneys are scheduled in advance and performed in a matter of weeks. It is not possible for an ethical organ donation system to provide transplants on demand.
On June 14, 2021, UN human rights experts said reports of alleged organ harvesting targeting minorities, including Falun Gong practitioners, Uyghurs, Tibetans, Muslims, and Christians, in detention in China was a serious concern. Before this, 2 international human rights lawyers, David Kilgore and David Matas, launched an independent investigation into this disturbing matter. In 2006, they released their findings in the Report into Allegations of Organ Harvesting of Falun Gong Practitioners in China. Their conclusion was, the government of China and its agencies in numerous parts of the country, in particular hospitals, but also detention centers and people's courts since 1999, have put to death a large but unknown number of Falun Gong prisoners of conscience. Their vital organs, including kidneys, livers, corneas, and hearts, were seized involuntarily for sale at high prices, sometimes to foreigners who normally face
Okay, see, if any reason you're in China and you get locked up or held over or something, you're likely to be a owner, organ donor. You know, you don't have a choice. You know, they're going to hold you for meat. Remember that movie Soylent and Green? Yeah, it's about the same thing. And this is from Spotlight on China. The last one was from I forgot to mention that, Wuhan, WION, and now what I got for you is just Chinese regime wants more people to get infected with COVID. Officials reveals
that China's abrupt relaxation of the zero-COVID policy was unexpected and unexplainable. Bloomberg Intelligence's chief pharmaceutical analyst, Sam Fazeli, said on December 14th that logic didn't seem to apply here. However, a Chinese official revealed to the Chinese newspaper Daji Yuan that the Chinese regime did it on purpose. The official asked to hide his identity for his safety. He said there had been a circulation of an internal document among top senior officials in the Chinese Communist Party. Accordingly, the sentence reads, "Let those who are destined to be infected get infected." The official revealed that CCP wanted this new outbreak to peak and pass before the annual two sessions arrives, which is usually in March. A Shanghai public servant told Yuan, "Some people also reported that many have died from COVID infections, but the leaders above said the intention is exactly to have those who are destined to be infected to get infected, and those who are destined to pass away should die as soon as possible." Some time ago, the media also made a similar statement. Let whoever destined to be infected get infected. Let whoever. Many countries hold China responsible for the spread of the coronavirus worldwide. 3 years ago, when the virus first appeared in Wuhan, the Chinese regime tried to suppress the information about the outbreak. At the time, the Wuhan Municipal Health Commission announced that the virus was preventable and controllable, and that there was no human-to-human transmission. When Dr. Li Wenliang, an ophthalmologist at Wuhan Central Hospital, who raised the early warning about COVID-19, was silenced. Moreover, the regime didn't report the situation to the World Health Organization in time. It wasn't until mid-February, when the pandemic had started for 2 months, did the Chinese regime announce that 1,700 were infected with the disease. With China being an international hub for trading and traveling, the virus spread worldwide. And now, with the new flare-up staying untamed, the Chinese government has started reissuing passports. Starting from January 8th, Chinese residents are allowed to travel abroad again. It is worth questioning this action because when lockdowns were implemented, the regime strengthened border control. Chinese residents could not travel, and many accounts of Chinese residents showed their passports clipped. Contrary to the past, Chinese citizens are now enjoying the easing restrictions on passport applications. Vision Times quoted some citizens, sharing, "Yesterday, December 22nd, I went to apply for a passport. I was only asked if I had a temporary residence permit. Although I answered no, they still allowed me. The whole process went very smoothly. Previously, I wouldn't have been able to do it." Another Chinese netizen also shared his easygoing passport application procedure on social media. According to the Post, this citizen said he and his colleagues went to the police station on Wanshuo Road in Haidian District, Beijing, a few days ago. Supposedly, he needed to thoroughly justify his reasons for going to Macau with a full itinerary report. However, the staff there did not ask him about the passport application. The required documents for foreign residence registration were a residence permit and an ID card. He completed the whole procedure in just 10 minutes. The citizen pointed out, "Some people say that the border will soon be opened, and the entry of foreigners will be relaxed to 3 days of isolation at home. Right now is the peak of the outbreak. Is it necessary for the Chinese regime to play their big game at this moment? This will do more harm than good. The world will suffer."
Okay. Now, since this newscast will be too long, I'm going to have two parts to it. The other will be about the war and stuff and Biden. And this is about the outbreak about China. And I've been telling people this is biological warfare. And everybody's worried about nuclear weapons and stuff. So China's been trying to sneak this in, and China been killing people just for their organs without them saying yes or no. Something got to be done with China. We destroyed that one country. What country was that? I forget now. Was it Iraq? And I forgot the name of the guy. But for just mistreating people. And China, we need to put them under. Oh, can't think of the word right now. Anyway, this is the end of my part one. I hope you like, subscribe, and keep tuning in. That's the main thing. You never know what I'll have on here. Like I said, I'll have world news, interesting news to keep you entertained, and news to keep you informed. So, watch for other news that's coming right after this. Later.